In the winter of 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out on a journey into the remote Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union.
They were young, skilled, and well prepared for the harsh conditions. Their goal was simple: Beth.
To complete a challenging trek across a region known as Dyatlov Pass. But what was meant to be an adventure soon turned into one of the most mysterious and unsettling cases in modern history. The group was led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, an experienced mountaineer.
Rigorous training and had successfully completed difficult expeditions before. They carried proper gear,
food supplies, and detailed plans. There was nothing careless about this journey. On January 27th, the group began their expedition. One member, Yuri Yudin, turned back early illness, unknowingly becoming the only survivor. The remaining 9 continued deeper into the mountains,
documenting their progress through photographs and journal entries. By early February, the hikers had reached
the slopes of Kholat Shachel, a mountain whose name roughly translates to Dead Mountain. On February 1st, they set up camp on an exposed hillside rather than descending into a forested area that would have offered better shelter. Investigators would later question this decision.
The weather conditions may have forced their choice. Sometime during that night, something went terribly wrong.
The search operation was launched at dawn. We will not stop until we find them. Rescuers discovered the campsite. What they found immediately raised more questions than answers. It was still standing, partially collapsed under snow. But what shocked investigators most was how it had been opened.
The brick was cut from the inside, as if the hikers had desperately tried to escape.
Belongings, including boots, coats, and supplies, were left behind. In freezing temperatures reaching nearly 50 below.
30 degrees Celsius. The hikers had fled into the darkness, wearing little or no protective clothing.
Footprints led away from the tent, descending toward a nearby forest. The tracks suggested the group was followed, moved in an orderly fashion, not running, but walking. This detail confused investigators. If they were escaping danger, why wasn't there panic in their movements? At the edge of the forest,
Teams found the remains of 2 hikers beneath a large cedar tree.
they were barefoot and dressed only in undergarments. Nearby, there were signs they had attempted. Welcome back to the investigation. Let's delve deeper into what we found regarding the missing person's last known location. 3 more bodies were discovered, positioned as if they had been attempting to return to the tent.
Bodies were frozen, suggesting they succumbed to hypothermia while trying to make their way back.
The remaining 4 hikers were found weeks later, buried under several feet of snow in a nearby ravine.
Their injuries were far more severe. Fractured skulls, broken ribs, and in one case, a missing tongue.
Usually, there were no external wounds corresponding to the internal trauma. Investigators described the force. Adding to the mystery, some of the victims' clothing tested positive for radiation. Though levels were not extremely high, their presence raised concerns about military involvement or environmental exposure. The official investigation concluded that the hikers' diet was described as a compelling natural force. The vague explanation satisfied no one.
Over the years, numerous theories have attempted to explain what happened that night. One of the earliest
Suggested an avalanche forced the hikers to cut their way out of the tent and flee. However, critics pointed out the slope was not steep enough to support a large avalanche. The tent remained partially intact. Another theory proposed infrasound, a natural phenomenon caused by
Patterns that can induce panic and disorientation in humans. This could explain why the hikers
tent suddenly without clear reason. More extreme theories included secret military testing, radiation traces, and unusual injuries seemed to match, though no official evidence confirmed military activity in the area at that time.
Been speculated about unknown creatures or paranormal forces, fueled by the eerie location and unexplained details.
In recent years, modern scientific analysis revisited the case. Researchers used computer simulations to test
Avalanche theory under specific conditions. Their findings suggested that a rare type of delayed slab avalanche.
Still, this explanation does not. I have fully accounted for all the strange details now. particularly the severe internal injuries and missing body parts. Remains undeniable is that something caused 9 experienced hikers to abandon safety, equipment, and was more dangerous than facing the deadly cold outside. Today, Dyatlov Pass.
Survival instincts in the middle of a freezing night. Something convinced them that staying.
As one of the most enduring mysteries in history, the mountain remains quiet. Digging into the case, and I found something hidden deep in the files. I can't believe they missed it. Smiling faces, unaware of what was about to unfold. Their journals end abruptly, offering no warning. More than 6 decades later, investigators, scientists, and curious minds continue searching for answers. But the question remains the same. What happened on that mountain? So powerful, it drove 9 people into the freezing darkness that night, never to return. Perhaps the most chilling thought of all. Whatever it was, it left no clear trace behind. However, critics pointed out the slope was not steep enough to support a large avalanche.